All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Get this one up to the 26. They're on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
Defensively here, you're facing a top team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so.
Gun!
Your offense has to keep pace.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Gun!
Safe. Big tight end Mike Gesicki. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Come on.
Just use their size and their strength to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
4 down.
Yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards.
Get him, boy.
And now it's
Get him,
second
boys.
down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
Watch tight end.
Because if you
Watch
crowd
tight end. Tight end's
everyone
right.
to the line
Tight
of
end's
scrimmage,
right.
if he breaks through, it's not
Look to throw here. Right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On third down, a nickel formation.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Tight on the right.
Hurry up, here we go.
Complete to Grant.
That's where you
And
belong.
he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory
Tight end right.
at the 46.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
Watch him now, Barney.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Come on now.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up
Let's
a
go.
second and
Come
9.
on. Run. Run to
Thing
the
to keep in
ball.
mind,
We got a
partner,
runner.
especially in the second half. When you've got a running back
Hey,
of this
hey, hey.
size, of these dimensions,
We got 4.
I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Watch tight.
Maybe
Watch tight.
not so much in the
Tight end
second
right,
half.
tight end
and some of
right.
these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. Crash.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Woo!
That throw good
I
for
know
only
you
a
feel
couple.
that.
It brings up third down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good
check,
start.
check.
because
No.
it does
Check.
build up that
Patriot.
confidence that
Patriot.
allows him to play better as the
Tighten up.
game goes
Tighten
on.
up. Crash down. Crash.
Give him 15
Right,
yards
right,
on
right,
that
right.
one, and the
Get it.
Dolphins have a first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of
All right, now,
downs.
lucky
Give us another
56.
chance to
Lucky
make the play
56.
ourselves and maybe change things up.
4 down. Check.
Drop to throw it. It's a short one here. Complete to and down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Baby, I see you.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5
Leopard!
to get
Leopard!
started here on this opening drive.
Watch tight end.
Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That
Leopard!
is pretty good. What
Leopard!
do you do defensively?
Back.
As a defensive coordinator, do you really get after the quarterback?
Crash.
Or maybe
Crash.
you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes,
Run.
chip away at their timing, so things aren't as precise as they've been.
Oh, boy, I know
so
you
far
felt
in this
that one.
game.
I know you felt that one. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially,
Yeah,
no gain
baby.
on the play, and they're left
Yeah.
with a 3rd and 8. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's
two
3rd
times.
down.
4 down.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. This is a 20. Sanders' kick is good, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the thing. You don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard
Strong
line.
right. Strong right.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
Get there.
Get 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, yeah.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's
tight
their
right.
identity. And
Black
that's what they
99
want to play
Philly, here
to.
we go.
They want to be that team.
36.
He's got his
Blitz.
man. It's Andrews.
Blitz.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's
When
what
the
I'm
offense
talking
reads
about.
blitz,
Nice hit,
doesn't
boy.
matter where it's coming from. Tight ends know that they become a big part of the
Now let's go!
It's our time, guys. It's our
He's
time.
taken down. Raekwon McMillan.
Hot,
In
hot,
there to
hot.
get him
Hot,
for
hot,
what will
hot.
be a loss of 13 yards.
Yeah, baby, come on, oh, come on, oh. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now then after the sack, it'll be
Watch
interesting
safety
to see
creep.
what
Watch
they
safety
have
creeping.
planned for 2nd and
Safety's
23.
creeping.
Now let's go. 319, 319.
Check. 35 at the 36.
Check
And on
50.
the
Check
stop
50.
defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Despite the
Mike.
blitz, they're still
Watch
able to
Mike.
pick up a nice
Outside
solid game.
coming.
The
Outside
disadvantage
coming.
of blitzing often alters the normal spacing
Run,
of
run,
run
run,
fits,
run.
and those creases like they were able
Watch
to
it now,
exploit right
Barney,
there.
Barney.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Let's go, D.
Caught by Moore. And he'll get down to the 47 here.
Came out to play.
I've been here, bro.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
The Bills send the punter out. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. 4 times as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if
Hey,
it
watch 10. Come on. Watch 10. Watch 10.
In our meeting with the coaching staff, that they
Check
all
13.
made sure to let
Check
us know.
13.
All right, now, lucky 56.
But
Lucky
it's gonna
56.
start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting
Right.
it together.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Formulating a streak,
Right.
and the whole month of December is still.
We got 3. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sack that.
In there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Dolphins on
All right, now,
third
lucky
down.
56.
They've been
Lucky
2 for 2
56.
thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go.
You.
Left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December
Yay,
left.
more football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the
Double tight,
playoffs,
guys,
but you
double
know
tight.
they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That
Hey.
guarantees
Here we go.
Crash.
Right where they're sitting.
Go.
A two-game
Run.
losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make
Lay
sure they
down.
continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water.
Tight end to the
behind
right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
We got 3.
them. And he takes a shot.
Here they
on
come,
the
here they come, here they
release, as
come.
this will be
Hot.
incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have
Yeah,
back.
baby.
There wasn't a whole lot
Boom.
within the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Run.
That time, the right guard sending him back.
That's it, baby.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
We got 4.
Here we go.
And he goes down. It's a sack.
Big hit
They get
all
him
day.
back at his
Sack
own
City.
3-yard line.
Sack City,
Brandon
baby.
Graham. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack,
Leopard!
come up now,
Leopard!
3rd and long.
I wouldn't be surprised to
Leopard!
see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And a short gain here as he gets it
Heavy
up
on the
only to
edges,
about
heavy on the
6.
edges.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a
Let's
call
run,
for the
fellas,
punt
let's
team
run.
here on 4th down. The Bills. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They
Hey,
want some
4
big
down,
plays.
4 down.
Now
Go,
it'll be
go, go,
interesting
hey,
to
run
see
it,
where the
run.
patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang
Bus
in there
stop.
and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Switch.
Time to look up before he was planted in the
Blitz.
backfield.
Blitz.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
Yeah, let's go. So I'm talking about, what?
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players.
4 down, 4
that
down.
can make-
Blitz.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
Gun.
Going there,
Watch tight
and they're
end.
going to continue
Watch
to
tight
go
end. Tight end's
there
right.
until the
Tight
defense
end's
makes
right.
an adjustment, takes it away.
And on this one, he'll get to
Check,
the 15,
check.
right at the 15-yard line. That one good for 10 yards.
Come on, run.
And that's going to make it 3rd down
Bring him
and
in, bring
less
him
than
in.
a yard.
Get out of here, man. Gun.
49 flush. I got you, boy.
Incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on,
Hot.
how about the
Hot.
execution of that
Hot.
defense right there. Zone was absolutely locked
Hot.
up tight.
Before, so he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And the Bills getting set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st
Right.
and 10.
He's tight right.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
3 down.
And able to stay on his feet past
Go,
the 30.
go. It's
to about
run.
the
It's run.
33-yard
Hey, run it.
line. 8 yards yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That's it. Big hit.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Double tight. Double tight. Double tight.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 to 38-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Run.
2nd and 2.
I got it.
For a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go
Easy
play
work.
action.
It's
Toss
easy
that
work,
bad
and it's
boy
coming
deep.
again.
But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Two tights. 4 down. Rhino.
Up to about the 46-yard line.
3 down.
7
3
yards
down.
on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard.
Hey, Mike 52. It's coming.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Run!
Calling a gain is 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Last stop.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game.
Gun!
Providing a nice pick.
Here on first down.
I'm here all day.
Now he's swallowed up and taken
Sack!
down.
Got him. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
In there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Boom all day. Woo!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Double tight. Alert. 3 down.
Detroit.
Hot.
And this is linebacker. And he'll go down before getting this inside the 30.
I'm going to hit you
Already
all
allowed 3
day,
sacks in
baby.
this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit.
No. Check. Patriot.
They had to try and keep him
Tight end
upright.
right.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. Gun.
We own
He'll
him.
get this one.
We own him.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid game of 27.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a more flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size.
Watch you now, Barney.
Do the same thing with their quickness. their
Detroit.
speed,
He's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside.
Hurry up, here we go.
Down. In the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
4 down.
Set.
Inside the 10. And they've got it
Here
inside
comes the
10
boom.
at
I
the
see you,
8.
boy.
They're
I
able to
see you.
convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
First trip to the red zone
Watch
for
tight.
the Bills.
Tight end's right.
This
Watch
is 1st
tight.
and goal
Tight end's
from
right.
about the 8.
Hurry up, here we go.
And he the 7. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Stand up in.
And he'll be hit as he releases it.
Yeah, baby.
And that'll fall incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Single.
Gun!
Flushed out right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get down. Stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. In for the score. And the Dolphins head onto their lead. Such an electric play. Guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
Strong right.
I think we'll find out just
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun! Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90!
Crash!
It's caught inside the 25. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important
Three
drive.
down.
Gun!
There should be something that they expect
Guilt
to get
trip
them into
is
the end
here,
zone
baby.
and back into
Guilt
this
trip
game.
is
We'll see
here.
if that script is a good one for them. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back and no more. Tackle that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess
double
the
tight.
discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his
down.
ability to read,
Set!
react,
Green
and make a
39!
play.
Green 39!
He looks
27. It's a big play for the Bills on third down. And even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
A success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Man left.
Leopard.
Odd.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Rush in.
Leopard.
Here, that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the completion.
Crash down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Detroit.
5 down. Stand up in. Watch that.
Right. First down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
That's it, baby.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
3 down.
Run! Quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run.
Now let's go. 319.
I'm probably thinking
319.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. The return man is Grant. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
This conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal.
4 down.
Totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking.
Okay, we got 4.
Exactly what they're thinking.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
No quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Tighten up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And he overshot there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
It's caught. Jones. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
Back 99, Philly, here we go.
Brings to mind the sentence,
Watch
when
tight
in
end.
doubt,
Watch tight end.
find
Tight
your
end's right.
veterans.
Tight end's right.
Back in the day when they would call
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore.
baby.
Now he understands a little bit better.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Crash!
And all the way in for a touchdown.
Too easy for him. Put a man on him. Put a man on him. Yes, sir.
It's showtime,
The
baby.
Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt, you need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment
Watch it
ago,
now, Barney,
right
Barney!
after we started at halftime.
Yeah, exactly
Yo.
And that's the problem right now.
Here they come, here they
Can
come, here they
get
come.
better
Hot.
from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They don't want
5
it,
yards
fellas.
on the catch
They
there,
don't.
brings up second down. Ball
Keep
on the
playing
30,
hard,
they'll come
fellas.
up with a second and 5.
All day. Woo! Let's get it.
Looking to throw on second down. He's going to sling the ball. It's caught inside the 35.
Yeah,
And he
baby.
takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a
All right, now,
heck
lucky
of a chunk of
56.
So the
Lucky
big play
56.
changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
3 down.
A pretty nice strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside
baby,
the 30.
boom.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid
Gun,
gain on
gun!
that play.
Gun!
Double tight.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To Parker, left side. And he'll be
Blitz.
brought down
Blitz.
at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Come on.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. This quarterback
All right, now, lucky
12 of
56.
15
Lucky
throwing the
56.
ball, 80% so far, and it's first and 10.
Now, let's go. 319.
This one for Howard. No gain, and it's second down.
Blitz.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0
baby.
yards gained.
Get him,
So
boy.
they're behind
Get him,
schedule
boys.
on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no
All right,
gain,
now, lucky
stopped right at the
56.
line,
Lucky
so it's second
56.
and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Years left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little
That's what
too
I'm
much,
talking
getting
about.
outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Pernell McPhee. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They have, by the way, gone to the third quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game
Here we
goes
go now.
along here.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back now here on EA Sports. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. The Bills on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point.
Gun,
This will be
gun.
third and 19.
Gun, gun.
Alert. 3 down.
15 shy of the 10. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down. This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Just stuffed it. In fact,
Leopard.
I'm here all day. I'm here all
He
day.
is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8.
Trips over here. Let's overload.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
And this is going to be intercepted. TJ Green
Interception.
with a pick.
Come on, guys.
And a big
We got this.
turnover there as his guys will get the football
Oh,
back.
to the house.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And
No.
now in this
Check.
situation,
Patriot.
interception here, when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to
Hey,
hurt.
4
And then
down.
And he stopped immediately there.
We got 4.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music
Detroit!
teacher,
Detroit!
Mrs. Bathema Bagley used to say, don't go prestissimo.
3 down.
Too fast when you really want to go.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
All day, every
Picked
day.
up by Trey Boston. 2-score
Nice
game
pick,
here
nice
in the
pick.
fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just
Watch
sitting on it
17,
and trying
watch
to drain some
17.
clock. It's almost like they felt like,
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
Hey, let's go.
And they will take
Interception
over
all day,
at the
baby.
29-yard line.
Pick.
Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
as a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Gun, 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 gun.
Big edge. Big edge. Big edge.
Interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a
baby.
Miami touchdown.
That's my boy.
Kenny Stills, his fourth
Touchdown.
touchdown on the year.
Touchdown.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter. Just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. More now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they
Double
want to
tight,
go
guys,
and throw
double
the
tight.
ball again now on this drive after what happened on the
Four
last
down,
one.
four
Third
down.
on the first
All right, here we go.
quarterback's
Green
back.
39. Green 39.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Tackle made that time by Cornell Armstrong.
I don't think any of us
know
were
you
surprised
feel
when
that.
they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though,
Hey, 17
not a lot
George,
going
Detroit!
on in that first
Detroit!
Yeah, I think the anticipation
Bust
was...
Allen now looks to throw. Sent off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's
Okay,
able to
Betty,
take
I
this
see
one up
you.
to the 35-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a third
Strong
down.
right. Strong right. Strong right.
Set! 3.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Corks a beauty, best of the day. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass.
Detroit!
They did.
Detroit!
Let's see how they adjust.
Strong left. Strong left. Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Leopard! Leopard!
Hey, boys, we got...
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 right around the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the
boy, I know you
pickup
felt
there,
that
and it'll
one.
leave him with a
I know you
3rd and 3.
felt that one.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense. Second
Gun!
round to
Gun!
defense.
Gun! Gun!
Tight right. Check. 4 down.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
Blitz.
He's got a man complete.
Blitz.
It's a big play here for the Dolphins on 3rd. 53 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers.
Leopard!
That's all they care
Leopard!
about right now.
So a slight
ends
improvement
to the
in
right,
field
boys. Tight ends to the
position,
right.
you might say,
Move.
from inside their own 10 to this as they come
Ah,
up. And able to push his way forward
Hot,
here for
hot,
a good
hot,
little
hot, hot.
gain. There to stop him was Carlton
Right.
Davis.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling.
Yeah,
So they'll
baby.
take that one right
Yeah.
there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Even. 4 down.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard
Oh,
line.
yeah.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another first and 10.
4 down. 4 down.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh,
That's
one
what
to
I'm
warm
talking
the hearts
about.
of all
Nice
those
hit,
old
boy.
school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
Over.
He'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face
check
mask.
24. Watch
Certainly
24.
looked like it indeed. Here come the
types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration,
baby.
not a good play.
Woo!
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Odd, 5. He comes in.
He's in. Touchdown,
come on now.
Miami. David Johnson
Run to the ball.
with
Fly to
touchdown
the ball.
number 15 of
Run.
the year and 2nd of the game.
Yeah, the good boys came out to play.
Not up in here, brother.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
Sanders now to add the extra point. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. More now. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right
Watch
here?
tight end's right.
The punter
Tight end's
doesn't
right.
exist.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
He's not a team
Three down,
anymore.
three down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Hey, watch the ship.
No way does that guy.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's we got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the
Right,
drive, but
He's
this is
tight right here.
going to
He's tight
wind
on the
up
right. Tight on the right.
incomplete. He is met in his tracks behind
We got
the line
three.
of
Three down.
scrimmage.
Three down.
It'll go
Hey,
as
fellas,
a
we got
loss of a
three. Let's
yard,
go.
and it'll set up 3rd down.
Lay down.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Bills on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9.
Watch
This is
89.
3rd and 11.
Gun!
Right side by Jones. And he'll be brought
Crash
right
down,
at
crash.
the 30 here. 2 yards is all they'll get on the
Yeah,
completion.
baby. Boom.
It's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch
So
17.
trailing
Watch
here in the last
17.
quarter. Let's see how this plays
Gun!
out.
Finds the mic. Crash.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Double tight. Double tight. Odd. 5 down. 5 down. Stand up in.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Detroit!
Double tight. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
And they take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Gun!
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
And they will take a knee here. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Dolphins, they pick up win number 7 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gotw alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.